Hey y'all, it's me China and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all, as y'all can see by the title of the video, this is going to be another story time. I've been saying this in almost all the story times, but y'all are low-key messing with the story times, so I'm gonna keep them coming for y'all. But first, y'all, can we get into my hair? I did my hair myself. If you guys are new to my channel, I do hair. I'm a lock artist, so make sure y'all follow my Instagram at destined_locks, please and thank you. But let's go ahead and get into this story time. So if you guys have been watching my story times, then you know that I said, I think in the last story time, that I have a bunch of stories regarding crazy, liar, delusional. So this is going to be one of those story times, y'all. When I tell you this story, y'all going to be like, talk about backstabbing, talk about shady, talk about lying, talk about nasty, messy. Like, we're gonna get into all of that. So y'all sit back, go grab you a drink, because honestly, you might need it for this story time. Like, no cap. Y'all, you might need a little sippy sip, a little drinky drink. So let's go ahead and get into it. This story time takes place back when I was in college, and I'm gonna back it up to when I first met Liar. I met Liar at a party, and when I met Liar, she had this group of guys that she would always hang around. When I tell y'all she would always hang around them, like, they were like this. Like, she would always hang around them, and I would always be like, Liar, like, what's going on with these specific group of guys? Like, you're always around them. And she was just like, oh no, they just real cool, they real cool, they just mad chill, you know what I'm saying, they from around the way, they do that. So I'm like, okay. But it was very weird, like the way she would interact with them, the way that, like, they would just always be around. And the main guy is the guy that we're gonna be talking about. So we're gonna name him, let's name him Player, okay? Player from the Himalayas, because that's exactly what he was. The group of guys that will always hang out with Liar was Player and his cousins and his homeboys. Now, Player was the only one who went to our college. He was the only one that was enrolled. He was the only one that had access to the cafeteria. He was the only one that had access to the classes. Like, he was the only one out of the group that went to the school. The other 15... the other 10-15 guys was either his cousins or his homeboys, but they will always stay on our campus, to the point where, like, girls thought that they went to the school, went to our college, and I'd be like, girl, no, they are locals. Like, excuse me, what? If y'all know what locals are people who don't go to the college, but they always be at the college, so they might as well just enroll in college. But like, why they don't enroll in college, I don't know. But locals is pretty much like just from around the way. They from either a hood that's close to the college, or they live down the street from the college, but every day you see them on campus. They're locals, okay? They're not students, they are locals. So we're gonna call them locals. The rest of the 10-15 guys that will always be around, we're gonna call them locals. So Player would, I don't even think Player had like friends that he met on campus. Like, Player would always be with his cousins. No matter where he's going, he could go to a school function, it's him and his cousins and his homeboys. From, when I say homeboys, I mean homeboys that he grew up with. Like, they went to elementary, middle school, and high school together. Like, when I tell y'all they was a clique, they was damn near like, I don't want to call them a gang, because they wasn't like gang affiliated or anything like that, but they was just like a crew, like just a crew of some hood niggas who did hood stuff from the hood. And yeah, so Player was one of the ones who like made it out the hood pretty much. Like, he was always into books, he was always smart, he always knew he was gonna go to college. So Player was one of the ones that was like, he was hood smart, street smart, and he was also book smart, which is why he went to college and was trying to get his shit together so that he could go off and make good money and do whatever he wanted to do. So Player had like two sides to him, y'all. Like I said, he had a hood side and he had like the dorky college smart side to him. So like, I would see him switch on and off his personalities, and I would just be like, I ain't like that. Like, it's okay to be from the hood or whatever the case may be, but I would literally see him switch his personalities, and I would just be like, oh, like, that's kind of scary. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. So he would always bring around his homeboys, his cousins. When I tell y'all always, like always, if Liar would be like, oh, Player pulling up, I already knew it was about to be Player and 10, 15 of his cousins, like just off the rap. Like we just always knew that. So once I started hanging out with Liar, I started hanging out, of course, with the group of guys. We started being like mad cool. We all used to hang out together. They used to come over to the crib. We used to play spades all the time. That's honestly how I learned how to play spades, was from them. So shout out to them, because they put your girl on, okay? No, my family didn't teach me. My dad, my mom, nobody taught me how to play spades. I did not know how to play spades until I got to college. And they sat me down at that table and they was like, like literally one of Player's cousins was like, sit right here and you gonna learn how to play spades. They would low-key clown me like, girl, you don't know how to play spades? What? Where you from? And I'd be like, all right, not too much. Okay, don't come for me. So yeah, they taught me how to play spades. They will always be around. And the way Liar introduced Player to me and to who's around at the time, me and Crazy, she introduced him as, this is my brother Player. So I'm like, and in the beginning when she was like, oh, this is my brother, the way that they were so close, I honestly thought that her and Player came from the same vagina. Like that's how close they was. Player would tell Liar about all the girls that he would be hitting, all the girls he would be talking to. Like their relationship was too close. And I would always look at them like, once I found out they wasn't really brother and sister, I used to always look at them like, y'all are too close, like something going on. What's going on? But she would always be like, no, that's just my brother, that's just my brother, he from the hood, he from around the way, that's my brother, that's my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother. So like I said in the beginning, I thought they came from the same vagina because that's how strangely close they were. But found out they wasn't, and she was like, no, this is just my brother, whatever the case may be. So I was like, okay, cool. So mind you, Player would have Liar over to the crib, and every time Player would bring a girl to the crib, he would also introduce Liar as, oh, this my sis, this my sis, this my sis. And mind y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit of how Liar looks. Liar is not the cutest thing. No shade, no shade, no shade. Liar, like when she put her shit on and she do her makeup, whatever the case may be, she's decent. But like, if you was one of Player girls and he introduced Liar to you as his sister, you would look at her and be like, oh, okay. Like you wouldn't be, no shade. You wouldn't feel no type of way. You wouldn't be like, oh, why you hanging out with her? Like you would just look at her and be like, okay, cool. And mind y'all, Liar also was like a tomboy. So like the way she dressed was kind of tomboyish. She never did her hair. So when Player would bring around girls, they wouldn't be like offended, or they wouldn't, what's the word? They wouldn't be jealous. They wouldn't be none of that. They'll just look at her and be like, oh, okay. But then when like the rest of it came around, they'd be like, who's these girls? Like, girl, don't worry about it. I do not want Player, okay? And I'm gonna get into that. Don't want Player. Never wanted him. Not me, at least. Not me. Not this one. So yeah, Liar was like a tomboy, whatever. Player would introduce Liar as my sis. So every time Player would have a new girl, Liar already knew about her. Player had already introduced Liar to the girls, or whatever the case may be. When I tell y'all Player was a player, Player was a player. I don't even know. I think at one point he told us his body count was almost to 1,000. Like, bleh, disgusting, right? So, and this is through like, I don't even know when he started having sex. Maybe in elementary school. If your body count was almost 1,000, you had to have started as soon as you found out what your PP was. Like you had to have started as soon as you found out what your PP was. Because how is your body count almost 1,000 and you only in college? Like disgusting. But I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. And Player, he was a decent looking guy. I didn't think he was all of that, but everybody else around me, girls who he would bring around, girls at the parties, they would just think he was like, oh my gosh, he looks so good, he looks so good, he looks so good. And I used to always be like, what do y'all see in him? Because for one, Player would always wear a hat, a do-rag, a beanie. He would always keep something on his head. And at first I was just like, maybe he just like hats and do-rags and stuff. But after a while, I was like, no, this is like, I've never seen this man ever without a hat, do-rag, to this day. Actually, no, I have seen him without a do-rag, but it was by accident. So never seen this man without a hat, do-rag, any of that. So I'm not gonna say you cute or you look good until I see you without a hat. okay, because he was wearing hats to the point where it's like, is something wrong with your hairline, your forehead? Like, what is it giving? What's going on? And one day I asked Liar, I'm like, why is Player always wearing a hat? Like, what's going on with him? And again, mind y'all, they was mad close, so she knew everything about this nigga, like literally everything. So she would be like, oh, he's just insecure about his, and it wasn't even his hairline. She was like, he's insecure about his forehead. I guess he had a big forehead or something, but again, you never knew because he wore hats and do-rags and all that stuff. One day I was like, dang, I want to see it. So Player had went to something called the something ball, military ball, I think it was, or something like that. And Liar had went over to his crib to like see him off, him and his date. Again, like weird. Why are you going over there, girl? Like what? But anyway, she went over there to like take pictures of him with all his family, just to see him off and watch him take pictures, put the corset on the girl or whatever, because I think they do that in the military ball. So Liar was taking pictures on her phone, and mind y'all, when you go to the military ball, you can't wear no hat, you can't wear no do-rag, you can't do any of that because it's a formal event. So Liar had ended up taking pictures on her phone, but before she even left, Player was like, let me see those pictures. He was like, let me see those pictures, because actually no, some pictures he took, he didn't have no hat on, and then other pictures he took, he had on the little hold on, let me show y'all. It's like a military hat. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, boom. So the hat was sort of like this, right? So before Liar even took pictures, Player was like, don't take no pictures of me without my hat on. Don't take no pictures of me without my hat on. But I guess his family wanted him to take some without the hat, so he took the hat off. And Liar ended up snapping some pictures of him without the hat. So before she left, Player was like, come here, bring me your phone. So she said that Player took her phone and went through all the pictures that she took and deleted the ones without the hat. But mind y'all know iPhones, they have the recently deleted. He didn't go and delete it from the recently deleted. He just deleted it from her album. So he deleted the pictures, boom. He went to the military ball. She came back to the crib or whatever and was talking about it. And she was like, so she was like, yeah, he was taking pictures. I was like, did he have a hat on? Because if he going to the military ball, there's no way he had a hat on. I want to see his head. Like, I want to see how his head looked. So Liar was like, yeah, I was trying to take pictures, but he went through my phone and he deleted all of the ones with him without a hat. And then she was like, oh, matter of fact, I could go through my recently deleted, y'all. This girl goes through her recently deleted photos, y'all, and pulled up the picture, and I was just like, huh? This is Player? This is who all the girls be going crazy about? Like, excuse me, what? I said, oh, I see why he keep a hat on. So Player he was okay, but baby, without that hat, he wouldn't have had half the bodies that he claimed that he had. But anywho, so at this time, it's me, it's Crazy, and it's Liar. Like I told y'all, we was the three amigos. We used to always hang out, always be around each other. And then at this time, we used to always hang out with these group of guys as well. Once Delusional came in the picture, if y'all haven't seen my story time about like how I met all of these characters and how I kind of introduced these characters to y'all, then go back and watch the story time. But pretty much Crazy and Liar had ended up moving out, and they needed a roommate, and they found Delusional. So boom, Delusional is now in the picture. So the first time that Delusional met Player was once they had all moved into the crib, and I think that night we had ended up going to like a house party. So being that Delusional is now their new roommate, they're trying to get used to her, and they're like, hey girl, you want to come out with us? She's like, yeah, let's go out. Yeah. So at this time, I'm still staying in the dorm room. So they had all got dressed and came over to my dorm, and that's where we had pre-gamed and turned up, and they had introduced me to Delusional because I haven't seen her that whole day. They were moving in and stuff, and I think I had to work earlier that day. So they were just like, we're inviting our roommate out, and she's gonna come to your dorm with us so we could pregame and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, bring her along. Player and the locals had ended up coming to my dorm room as well so we could pregame and go out and turn up. So Soon as Delusional laid eyes on Player, she just fell in love. Like, oh my gosh, who is that? Who that in the bag? That's literally how she was. She was like, dang, who is that? So I'm telling her, I'm like, oh girl, that's just Player. You know, that's Liar's brother, and they mad cool. And yeah, that's just Player, and these are locals. They don't go to the college, but these is his cousins and homeboys that he grew up with. And you ain't gonna see Player without seeing the rest of them. So just, you might as well get used to all of them. So I'm pretty much just telling her the tea, like, yeah, these are our friends, our group of guys that, you know what I'm saying, we go out with them, we turn up with them, whatever the case may be, dot. So she's like, dang, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? I want him. I want him. I want him. So as soon as she seen him, she had already made the whole room known that she wants Player. And of course, Player being Player, he like, oh, okay, she don't look too bad. Like, what's up, ma? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? So we go out that night. They flirting the whole night. We get to the house party. Of course, they're dancing with each other. They're pretty much like locked in as soon as Delusional made it known that she wants Player. Player was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So they was locked in the whole night doing them. House party was lit per usual. All the house parties at my college, I must say, back in the day, them Jones used to jump. Like, we would literally have a whole, like, I would have my notes full of house parties. Like, that night, I'm like, boom, we're going here, then we're going to hit up this party, then we're going to hit up this party. Like, if I didn't have at least 5 to 6 addresses, then it won't gonna be a good night. You know what I'm saying? It won't gonna be a lit night. But literally every weekend, we would have like 5 to 6 house parties that we would go to. Like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, this one got shut down. This one wet. We're going to this one. This one lit after this one. The after party over here. Like, literally, that's how it was in our notes. And I was sending notes to people like, hey, this is where I'm going. Pull up here, pull up here, pull up here. And Player and locals, they knew a lot of people. So they would invite more locals to the daggone parties or whatever. So yeah, we would just always pull up like 2-3 cars deep. Like, what? Yeah, we in here and we lit. So anywho, Player and Delusional had ended up kicking it off. Cool, they doing them. So Player and Delusional start like spending more time with each other. They dang near like in a relationship at this point. Like, they don't have titles, but like, everybody knew, okay, Player and Delusional, they got a thing, you know what I'm saying? They messing around, they doing this. She will always go over to his crib. He will always be at their crib. And we were just like, you know, okay, cool. I ain't care because, like I said, I never wanted Player, like, ever. When I see him, like I said, he's okay looking, but it wasn't like, dang, like, he look good. I won't jealous that she had her. It was none of that. It's okay, girl. That's your man. Cool. Like, don't nobody want him. At least I don't. So this is where the story starts to get messy. So mind y'all, they have been talking at this point for like 2-3 months. And like I said, everybody know they talk. All the locals know. People at the college know. Like, everybody know, okay. Actually, no. People at the college didn't know because even though he was talking to Delusional, Player still was being a player on the side. And he still had a bunch of hoes. Like, what? Yeah, that Delusional didn't even know about. So this is where the story gets messy. So one night, it's me, it's Crazy, and it's Liar, and we all sitting in the car. I don't know where we had went or why we were sitting in the car. I think maybe we had just got back from somewhere, but we were just sitting outside of our dorm. Well, outside of my dorm because they was dropping me off. We were sitting outside of my dorm and we're in the car. We're all just still chilling and talking. And Liar pretty much tells us like, y'all, well, we had to be drinking that night because I don't know what made her say this out her mouth or why she ended up deciding to tell us this. But we all sitting in the car and she's like, y'all, I gotta tell y'all something. And I've been holding on to this secret for mad long. And me and Crazy looking at each other and we like, I'm like, what, you a man? Okay, hold on. No, for real. I was like, because the way she made it seem, she was like, y'all, I gotta tell y'all something. I've been holding on to this secret for so long. So I'm like, bitch, is you a man? Like, do you got a pee-pee down there? What's the tea? What's going on? She's like, no. And she kind of rolled her eyes and she was like, I know I told y'all that Player was my brother, but we've been messing around since I've met him. Excuse me, huh? She was like, at one point we stopped messing around, and that's when he started introducing me as his sis, and I just went with it. So I just been calling him my brother. But she was like, recently we've been back messing around with each other. I said, bitch, what? Excuse me, huh? Recently? Like when? How recent are we talking? Are we talking like before Delusional? Are we talking after Delusional? Like how recent are we talking? Because you know that your roommate Delusional and Player, you know, they've been having a thing. Like everybody knows this, the whole crew, all the locals, everybody know this. So what's recent, sis? Like give me the timeline. So she was like, recent as in a month ago. Huh? First she said it was an accident. First she was like, yeah, I was just over there one night and we all was lit and we had accidentally, you know what I'm saying, ended up doing the do. And I'm like, first of all, how you accidentally just do the do, girl? Like what? Just say that y'all did the do, but it wasn't an accident. So she was like, no, it was. At first it was just an accident, but then she was like, afterwards I missed it and I forgot how fire it was, so I came back the next night. Oh, you brave. Oh, you brave. And at the time, mind y'all, they had only known Delusional maybe for like 3 months. So yes, Delusional would come out with us from time to time, but I guess Liar didn't consider Delusional like a friend at this time. She's just like, well, girl, that's my roommate. I don't have no loyalty to her, or whatever the case may be. But I'm looking at it like, that's fucked up, because y'all bring this girl out with us. Y'all making it seem like, I didn't know y'all wasn't that close, because every time y'all bring her around, y'all making it seem like y'all all the bestest of friends. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of messed up. So I'm like, me and Crazy sitting there like, girl, what? So how many times have y'all did the do since that time? She was like, girl, whenever we want, whenever I wanted, whenever he wanted, he called me, I come over there, I call him, he come over here. I said, wait, huh? How he coming over there and Delusional is right down the hall? So she was like, yeah, it's been nights where Delusional is asleep and it's late and he'll just come over and come to my room. I said, excuse me, what? I said, it's no way that one night you see him going into Delusional room and then the next night he's sneaking over in your room. Like, I don't even know how you can be okay with that. Like, how are you that dumb that you gonna let this man manipulate you in Delusional? Like, how? What? And she was like, he not manipulating me. I just want it because it's so good. I just want it. I know what I'm doing. Da, 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 da. And I had him first. I said, ooh, girl, you was messy. Girl, you was messy. You was messy. You was messy. So me and Crazy just like, so are you gonna tell Delusional that you messing with her man? And she's like, no. Well, at least not right now. So when you gonna tell her? So she like, I don't know, but I'm not telling her right now. And I have him first, and I wasn't even messing with him at first. We just started messing back with each other. And I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter if you had him first. You knew that they were messing around. You still gonna mess with this guy. Like, that is, and then you know his body count. Like, that's disgusting. Ugh. That is nasty, nasty, nasty. So now y'all sharing a man. He is literally going to Delusional room on Monday. Tuesday he going to Liar. Wednesday back to Delusional. Like the song that SZA said, yo man, it's my man, Monday through Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday. What's the song? Y'all know the song I'm talking about with SZA? I think it's SZA or her. One of them sing it. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. She just keep them satisfied through the weekend. Like SZA was talking about Liar, Delusional, and Player in that song. Y'all ain't know? So we in the car like, girl, this is messy. Like, what if she find out? She was like, she not gonna find out. And I was like, girl, this is messy. Like, I don't think this is a good idea. I think you should go ahead and tell Delusional, because the longer you wait, y'all relationship just gonna start getting closer, her and Delusional. I'm like, y'all just gonna start getting closer because this is your roommate. You're gonna see her every day. Y'all going out every day partying and stuff. So I was like, y'all relationship are gonna get close. And you're going to eventually have to tell her, or just stop messing with him. She was like, girl, no, that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to stop messing with him. Why I got to stop messing with him? I had him first. So I'm like, girl, okay. So we all in the car. So I'm like, so who else you mess with? Is it just Player? Is it, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, no, it's just, she was like, no, it's just Player. or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, again, girl, when I told y'all in the other story time, like, they just had too much going on, this is one of them stories where they had too much going on. They just had too much going on. She was like, please don't tell nobody, don't tell Playa that I told y'all, because he really don't want nobody to know. I'm like, I bet he don't want nobody to know. So she was like, he really don't want nobody to know. He definitely don't want Delusional to know, because he kind of like her. And it's like, if he don't like that girl, because if he kind of liked her, he wouldn't be messing with you on the side. Like, excuse me, huh? So in the car, she's going on and on and on about how Playa's Duke game is so good, and he got this, and he know how to work this, and he this, and he that, and he that, and he that, he that. So she's bragging pretty much on Playa and his sex game. So I'm over here, I'm disgusted, because I'm like thinking about his body count, and I'm just thinking about the thousands of women that he done slept with, and I'm thinking about her, and I'm thinking about Delusional, and I'm like, ooh, y'all is nasty. That is nasty. And then you voluntarily messing with this guy. It's not even like you just being grimy, and you just don't care, girl. So after, like, I found out, like, that's not really your brother, because when you call somebody your brother, you're not messing with them on the side. Y'all never mess with each other. Like, it's literally, no, this is my brother, and y'all treat it as if y'all came from the same vagina, which is what I thought in the beginning. But I'm just like, oh, this girl is messy. So from that day forward, I never trusted her with none of my guys. Like, I will always keep an eye on her, like, because what you're not about to do is do to me what you're doing to Delusional. I'd be goddamned. I'd be damned if you do that shit to me. Like, excuse me, no. So I will always eyeball her with all of the guys that I had, and like, girl, don't get too close, like, back up. I never really like introduced her to my guys for real. I used to keep them on a hush, on the low, because I don't like that. So once we found out that Liar was messing with Playa, then I'm just like, oh, this is a mess here. So fast forward to maybe like a month later, we're still going out, all of us still going out, me, Crazy, Delusional, Liar, Playa, and the locals. We all going out. We're still playing spades. We're still turning up on the weekends. Me and Crazy acting like we don't know the situation that's going on with Delusional, Liar, and Playa. We just acting dumb. Like, we don't know nothing. We don't hear nothing. We don't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of weird, because it's like, after she told us that, when we used to hang out all together, I would just eyeball them like, y'all two really messing around. Like, that's crazy. Don't nobody know. And Delusional don't know. Like, I used to always just sit there. Like, after that, it just rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, y'all are low down and dirty, and we used to always hang out together, like, always. So I would just look at them and be like, oh, like, this is nasty and messy. So fast forward to like a month later, y'all. How did I find out that Crazy was also messing with Playa? You heard me right. How did I find out? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was one night, I had went over to their house. Delusional was at work, and we all was sitting in Crazy's room. And I don't know how Playa got brought back up. Probably Liar, because she loved talking about him. Like, girl, she loved talking about him, loved being around him. She was just, her and Delusional was just, hence the name Delusional, and hence the name Liar. Like, their names fit them very, very well. So we were in the room, and not Playa, so Liar is talking about Playa. I don't know how his name got brought up, and I'm just like, here we go once again, talking about this boy, this hoe, this ain't shit nigga. So I'm just like, Lord, here we go. So she's again bragging, yeah, me and Playa still messing around, we did his stuff so fire, ain't it crazy? I said, ain't it crazy? She was like, yeah, his stuff so fire, isn't it? And looked at Crazy. And I said, huh? What you mean, isn't it? Well, how would she know that Playa's sex game is good? How could you possibly know, Crazy, that Playa's sex game is good? So she's like, Crazy, no, isn't his stuff good? And Crazy looks at me, and I look at Crazy, and I'm just like, you messing with Playa too? And she's like, shh. But I'm like, she not here. And it won't no shh when y'all over here messing with her guys. So no, what's tea? Like, what's going on? I'm like, it's no way. Crazy, please tell me you're not messing with Player also. Please tell me, please tell me. No, he ain't get you too. He got you, he got you, he got you. So she was like, girl, yeah, the way that liar been bragging about it, I just had to test it out for myself. I said, oh, I have scavengers as my friends. Like, who raised y'all? So she was like, the way Liar was bragging, I just want to test it out and see it. You know how Player is. You know how he be trying to get with all us and flirting and do. And that's one thing about Player. He definitely used to like try to talk to all of us. Like, we would be in the party. Mind y'all, Delusional would be with us. We would all be in a group. And I would see Player, yeah. I would see Player like on the low touching Crazy butt or touch, and I'm like, but I ain't paying on mine because I'm just like, that's how Player is. Like, he will always flirt or like say little stuff to us. Like, yeah, y'all could get it too. China, you could get it too. Crazy, you could get it too. And I used to look at him like, baby, you would never, ever in your life get me ever. So I used to always be like, Player, please, like, no. But I guess one night he was doing what he always do. Oh, you could get it too, to Crazy. And Crazy was like, okay, let's do it. Like, what's up? At this point, Player knew that me and Crazy knew about him and Liar. Like, at this point, it wasn't a secret. We all knew. It's like, Player, we know what's going on. So she was like, Player was like, I mean, you can find out too. And Crazy was like, yeah, I can, because the way Liar be bragging about it, yeah, I'm trying to see what it's about too. I'm like, ew, disgusting. So I guess that's the night that they had wound up doing whatever. But that wasn't their first time either. Like, after that first time, they kept on going as well. So I'm like, so you going to Delusional house on Monday, then you going to, you going to Delusional room on Monday, then you going to Liar room on Tuesday. Now on Wednesday, instead of you going back to Delusional room, you sneaking into Crazy room. Excuse me, what? Like, y'all, mine is blown. So I'm sitting on the bed and I'm like, she's telling me the story and I'm trying not to judge because I'm not one of them friends who judge. But y'all, I could not keep my face straight. I was just, the whole time she was telling me the story, I was like, what? I was like, So she told me, she was like, yeah, and Liar won't lying. Liar won't lying. Player game is like that. He like that. He like that. Oh my gosh, it's probably the best I ever had. And I'm just like, y'all are disgusting. Y'all are nasty. Ew, 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 ew. So I was just like, yo, this is, I was like, no, like, this is literally crazy. And it was like, China, you need to try it next. As if it's like some food or something. Like, yeah, this is so good, China, you need to try it. And I'm just like, excuse me? Huh? They're like, yeah, China, you need to try it next. I said, and I will not. Like, the audacity of y'all to even sit here in my face and tell me that, first of all, both of y'all is messing with Player. Now y'all telling me to try it as if he is a piece of meat. I will not. I was like, oh no. So at this point, Player is like, oh yeah, I got 3 out of 4. So he made it his mission to try, y'all. When I tell y'all, this man tried so hard. Like, he used to always be like, China, what's up? China, what's up? What's up, China? What's up, China? I know your friends been telling you, what's up, China? And I used to be like, Player, please stay the fuck away from me. Like, please get away from me. Like, no, I don't think that's cute. That doesn't turn me on. That don't do nothing for me. That's disgusting. All of y'all are disgusting. Like, no, I don't want no parts of that. Ew. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, so all of y'all, everybody in this house is messing with the same man. And Delusional don't know. Because at this point, like I said, Delusional and Player was damn near like in a relationship. Like, when Player used to spend a night and it was Delusional's night, she used to get up the next morning and make him breakfast. And Crazy and Liar is sitting over here like they all in the living room eating breakfast together, because Delusional done got her delusional ass up at 8 o'clock in the morning, decided to cook breakfast for the whole house, including her man. And I'm just like, the other 2 roommates is messing with your man. Like, what? So after I found out that all 3 of them was messing with this man, I was just like, oh, y'all are crazy. Z, like, excuse me, what? So now I'm eyeballing all of y'all. Now none of y'all can be trusted. Like, now I'm not bringing my man around none of y'all. Because what y'all not gonna do is play behind my back. That's what y'all not gonna do. Like, yeah, they had all ended up messing around with each other. I don't even know how long they went with messing around with each other until Delusional found out, because I think like they recently just told Delusional. Like, I probably stopped talking to them a few years ago, and I think they had just told Delusional, and that's only because Delusional moved on. She had a baby, she got a whole different man, and it's like, now y'all decide to tell her? Like, but all throughout college, when she was, oh, this my man, my man, my man, my man, this my man, that's not really my man because we don't have a title, but this is my man. And your two quote-unquote girls is messing with him. And like I said, their relationship got close. So at first, in the beginning, it was like, okay, yeah, this is just my roommate. But after a while, they started calling each other best friend. Like, oh, we're all best friends, besties, besties, besties. And I used to just look at them like, y'all got too much going on in that house. I'm so happy I'm not in that house with y'all. I'm so happy I got my own stuff going on. Like, and at that point, I just like would hit them up to like go to parties and stuff. I never like got super close with them. I never like introduced them to my man. Like I said, I just kept them at like a, y'all some turn up, it's fun going out party friends, because y'all know all the parties and y'all a good time when we lit. Like when we all lit, we be having a ball. But baby, on some like real shit and personal shit, y'all not getting in too close with me, because yeah, no, y'all can't be trusted. None of y'all. None of y'all. So yeah, y'all, that's the story time of when all of my friends was messing with the same guy. But no, y'all, that's literally the story time of when all my friends was messing with the same guy. Disgusted, nasty, backstabbing, like all of that. And there's so much more that went on with them in that household. So we are going to get into some things, some other story times. But if you guys enjoyed this story time, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. We are on the road to 1K. Make sure y'all following my hair page, because I mean, get into these locks, baby. I know I said it earlier, but it's like, dang, I ain't have to snap like that. So if y'all don't know, I'm trying to do story times on Fridays, and I'm gonna do like my vlogs and hair content on Sundays. So next week, I don't know if I'm gonna do a story time or if I'm gonna do a vlog, but whichever one it is, I will see y'all next week in the next video. Bye.